Well, Germany is facing a succession crisis as Chancellor Angela Merkel is preparing to step down after more than 14 years at the helm. Merkel's chosen successor, Annegret Kramp-Karrenbauer, is resigning. She's the national leader of the Christian Democratic Union and Merkel's party. Well, the resignation comes amid concerns that she doesn't have authority over the party, as the far right, the Alternative for Germany party, is gaining more power and influence. Jeff Rathke writes in The Hill that Merkel's unprecedented succession plan sets Germany adrift in 2020 and beyond, and the responsibility for a failed transition rests on her shoulders. Jeff joins me now from Washington. He's the president of the American Institute for Contemporary German Studies at Johns Hopkins University. So, Jeff, can you just sort of back up for a second and explain to our viewers why Merkel's not running again as chancellor?
I'd like to start, Rena, by just mentioning why Germany matters so much. It is arguably the most important relationship that the United States has in Europe. It's our biggest trading partner in Europe. It's home to the largest contingent of American forces deployed in Europe. So this is a relationship that really matters. And Merkel has won 4 elections. She's been in power for 14 years, as you already mentioned. And so her authority and ability to manage Germany's relations with the United States and with the rest of the world is extremely, extremely important. Merkel has been, though, plagued by doubts and falling public opinion for the last 2+ years. Most of this dates back to the financial crisis and the migration crisis in 2015. And since then, her popularity and the popularity of her party has been on the decline. And so that was why she decided to hand over power. She's trying to do something that is extremely difficult, and that is to hand over authority to a handpicked successor, and she's doing it in slow motion because Merkel wants to serve out her term until late 2021, while grooming a successor to lead the party in the future. And that's what's starting to break down at the moment.
So you look at the woman who was supposed to succeed Angela Merkel. What happened there? Why is she choosing to step down?
Well, I think you might say it happened all a little bit too fast because Annegret Kramp-Karrenbauer went from the leader of a small and little-known state in Germany to the head of Germany's and Europe's most successful political party in the span of just over a year. The problems that she encountered, first of all, there was continued sniping from other rivals within the party, and she failed to click with the German public in a way that would guarantee her success in future elections. You know, nothing succeeds like success, and the Christian Democratic Party had growing doubts that she would be able to prevail in a national election, and that's what really caused her decision just a few days ago to step down as party leader.
When you look at Europe, there's been a rise of these far-right political parties. Why is that happening now in Germany, and what do you make of that? How's it affecting the politics of the country?
It's having a big effect. I would say, first of all, that there are other countries in Europe that have a stronger far-right movement. In Germany, it's relatively new. It really dates back to 2015. And the so-called Alternative for Germany party, the AfD, really exploits one thing, and that is public unhappiness with the migration crisis in 2015 and anti-migrant sentiment. So they're not on the verge of having national power, but they are very strong in Eastern Germany. And what they've shown repeatedly is an ability to disrupt politics on the state level. And that is causing ripple effects throughout the German political system. And it was the spark, if you will, that led to Annegret Kramp-Karrenbauer's decision to resign last week because her party was getting a little too close for comfort to the AfD and trying to figure out a way to govern at the state level.
Before you go, I want to ask you about Richard Grenell, the current U.S. ambassador to Germany, who's going to take over as acting director of national intelligence. How has his term been in Germany? How has he been received?
Well, I think Ambassador Grenell reflects the president that he works for. He has a very similar style. He has been very public, and he has taken disagreements with the German government to the public, often through social media and other public appearances. So I think that is in some ways a microcosm of Donald Trump's way of governing. And I think Ambassador Grinnell would say it's important to talk openly about disagreements. And I think on the German side, German officials would say they prefer to solve problems in quiet discussions rather than arguing them all out in public.
Jeff Rathke, so grateful you could join us to break down German politics.
Thanks so much.